Who's the fastest printer in the Midwest? Let's find out today.
Yeah, dude.
You like that? Yeah, you like that.
This is You Like That, the show that pits everybody against each other to see who can use their printing knowledge to come out ahead. The printers are random, the filament is random, and the competition is fierce. Kind of. So let's see who's going to be the fastest today and who's going to get left behind. Alright boys, today we're doing a print the thing the fastest challenge.
Yep.
As you guys know, because I sent you all this earlier. So the challenge today is simple, and it's our first episode, so we really couldn't get all that crazy. We're all huge idea people, so we'll try and blow the ideas and challenges up more and more as we get into the swing of doing these videos, but for now, we need to print a half-size nacho tester. Fastest print wins. It's going to be the half-size nacho because typically it only takes like an hour to print, so we're going to get through this all tonight. Corey's doing a control, so we have a basis of comparison. We're going to draw which printer we're using tonight, and then we're going to draw which filament we're using. Let's talk about the printers we're going to use today because there's a wide variety. They are the FL Sun T1, the Qidi Plus 4, Elegoo Centauri Carbon, Bamboo A1 Mini, Anycubic Kobra Max, Anycubic Kobra S1, and the Bamboo H2D. The printers in there are the FL Sun T1, the Qidi Plus 4, Elegoo Centauri Carbon, A1 Mini, Kobra Max, the Kobra S1, and the H2D.
Wait, there's not a single Creality?
Do I have one here?
I didn't even think about it. I was so stoked to use. I was like, I'm gonna get the Creality.
I gave you that.
Okay, no Creality. Awesome.
So, do we only have Expo markers, pencils, pens? What are we using to draw them?
As for filament, there's a good variety here as well. TPU, PETG, high-speed PETG, PLA, and ASA are all fairly standard materials, but they're also fairly different from one another. The TPU, for example, is slower because it's flexible. The high-speed PETG, on the other hand, is specifically meant for high-speed printing. So if the machine doesn't make or break this challenge, the filament surely will. Alright, the filaments that are in play. TPU. There's actually two slips that say TPU, so there's a high probability.
What?
A high probability that somebody gets TPU. The TPU is the handicap for sure. Then we've got a PETG, a high-speed PETG, so that's the one we want.
Yep.
Or a PLA, and then ASA is also in there. Now that we know which machines are in play, let's dive a little bit deeper into the rules. We're going to be using this Chihuahua model as our target. I named it Nacho after a dog that I had, and he was in fact the best boy. We're printing these at half size so we can get through it in one sitting regardless of which machine and material you draw. Whoever can print their Nacho the fastest wins. So the rules are, we need to print the half size Nacho as fast as we can, but it needs to be strong enough that you can take it off the build plate.
Yep.
So you can do whatever you want to make that happen. If there is damage on it, we all judge together, come to a consensus if that damage is disqualifiable or not.
Okay.
We won't know until it comes off the plate intact. Now, in order to overcome any machine or material handicaps, we get to adjust whatever slicer settings we need to make that print happen quickly. But we only have 5 minutes to slice. Now, this model needs to be strong enough to be removed from the build plate, so that's going to inform some of the slicer settings, depending on which material we have and how easy they are to remove from the build plate. So you can adjust speed, acceleration, all of that as much as you want. You only get 5 minutes to slice. Once your print starts, you don't get to touch the machine. So you can't crank it up or anything. It's got to be all done in the slicer.
Is it started after nozzle hits plate?
When we push print on the slicer. The time starts once the machine is sent from the slicer, and it does not stop until the machine declares that your print is done. Finally, the machine must run through any of the available pre-print procedures before the print. If there's a little toggle button that says do bed leveling during the print, you gotta toggle it. This might be a big deal as well because some of the printers we have here take quite a while to run through those procedures, while others don't even offer them to do before a print in general. The printer must do all of the pre-print procedures if available.
Oh, jeez.
Such as vibration compensation, bed leveling.
I hate all the pre-print stuff, and I like to bypass that stuff.
Depending on what printer you get, some of them are longer,
sometimes some have 5, some have 2.
Yeah, so that'll be the thing. We'll do a 5-minute slice and then send it to the printer. That's when we start the timer, and then we got to really pay attention when they get done. Yeah. Because we're not going off of the estimated time on the slicer. We're going from pushing play to it being done. So for this episode, we're using Corey as a control. He's still drawing a random filament and a random machine, but we're simply having him run a print using standard preset settings. This is going to give us a frame of reference while Paul and I are tweaking settings to infinity. The control is going to be standard settings to that machine, but he's still drawing
okay.
for machine and filament.
Okay.
So we get just a general basis of comparison.
Understood.
Now the other thing that's going to make these videos fun are the stakes. Ultimately, the winner should get something, and the loser should probably be subject to a punishment, or any combination of those two. Now we don't have anything specific lined up for this week, but let us know in the comments what you think would make for good stakes for these videos. I'm thinking anything from cash prizes to being forced to use your least favorite brand of printer for a week. Let me know what you think. So
what does the winner get?
I was trying to come up with stakes on it. I
got it. So I saw this movie one time. I think Denzel Washington was in it.
Pretty big.
And then, close. But Denzel Washington wasn't in that.
Man on Fire.
Nothing about. Oh, he was in that. But he pulls the fingernail from the man's hand.
That's probably not what we're gonna do, actually.
Dang it. Okay.
Well, I had that thought and then decided. No.
Hey, we can bop it around. We can bop around a couple ideas.
We won't make any decisions right now.
Cool.
Definitely Sisterhood of Traveling Pants.
All right, Corey. Go ahead and draw from the top drawer. Yep, that one. All right, don't look at it yet, but just pull it out.
Did you spin around first?
Don't look at it yet.
Now I did.
Tease it. You don't want that one. Are you revealing?
You guys look at it and keep it to yourself. I'll show the people. Oh.
Jeez.
What'd you get? Oh, the Kobra Max, dude.
I'm not thrilled about it.
Yeah, that's not built for speed.
Not built for speed.
Big one.
I would say if there was a slowest printer,
this is it.
Probably out of the bunch.
Out of the bunch that we have, definitely the Kobra Max.
Corey, what's our control going to be?
We got an uncill?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Corey got the best one.
Which one?
That's the FL Sun.
Oh, the
He's
FL
just holding
Sun.
it upside down like a fool. And I got somewhere in the middle with the Qidi.
Hey, I'm glad that we didn't get any of the
Really?
bamboos.
Yeah.
Hey, represent.
There were only
better printers.
Well, there you have it. Paul's stuck with the slowest printer of the bunch. Corey somehow got the fastest one, and I'm safely in the middle with the Qidi. I can't complain about that, and it seems as though my fingernails may remain intact. Let's see what materials we're going to be stuck with. This is the big one, boys. This is the actual decider. That's so funny you got the slow printer.
And I'm trying to think.
TPU.
I'm not looking. I'm going to stir it around.
Tease it.
There we go. This
Not
one.
that one.
This is the one. I feel good about it.
There's not enough.
I'll take PLA. I can handle PLA.
Really, anything but the TPU will probably be fine.
What's great is I color coded them.
All right.
So the rest are all TPUs.
Do it.
TPU.
All right, boys, look for yourselves. Don't give it away. I can't open it. Too shaky. Corey, where you at?
PLA.
Corey got the fastest material on the fastest machine. Hey, Paul.
You go ahead, Adam. I'll save mine for last. It's a really cool surprise. You go ahead.
I wonder what Paul got. I'm on the Qidi.
Did you guys do this on purpose?
Luckily, the Qidi has an enclosure because I have ASA.
That's all.
Oh no, Paul, that's not good for you at all.
Are you guys sure you're done? Are you guys effing with me?
Nope.
I want to check these. I want to check.
And in a hilarious turn of events, Paul's managed to pull the slowest machine out of the bunch paired with the slowest filament of the bunch today. This does not look good for him at all. His only chance to come out ahead now is going to lie in his knowledge of slicer settings. Lucky for him, Paul actually spends a fair amount of time tweaking and testing different settings. But is it going to be enough to close the gap?
Are we using all Overture?
No. We have different ones for things.
So what other TPUs do you have to offer?
Well, TPU, it doesn't matter. But I mean, there's CookieCad and some other ones. Polymaker.
I highly suggest Overture TPU.
The max speed on this. On the Overture TPU, which is not a fast speed in TPU. I have TPUs that I bought from the backside of a pickup.
Do you want to use it? Do you want to use a different TPU? We have.
If it has a higher max speed than 40 millimeters.
I will give you
That's a lie.
3 minutes to decide on the TPU.
I would love that.
I'll put that together.
So Paul, desperate for a life jacket, began browsing my TPU selection, grasping at straws in an effort to find something that might help his obviously dire situation. He ended up sticking with the Overture. Well, now Paul's is all ready. Don't touch that. What's wrong with you? Crazy man?
No, this is not.
This is the internet. You're telling them to do that?
Okay, internet, don't do that. Don't be stupid like me. But I want it to be set up for success. If I have a glob there, if anything is on that nozzle when it starts printing, here you go, internet. It will mess up everything. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't let Adam Keogh mess with your head.
All right, so we got... Paul, I'll let you choose which ASA I use.
So he gave me these two options, Overture and Elegoo. I use both types of filament a lot. I barely ever print ASA, but I will tell you the reason that I'm picking this one is because white is more prone to fail than any other color of filament. White is the most prone to fail color out of every color.
We're gonna have to fact check that in the edit, I think.
Can't wait.
So I went ahead and fact checked Paul on this one because I heard the opposite was true. I know Stefan at CNC Kitchen has done a lot of testing with different colored filaments and stuff, so I knew that it would be a great resource here. And wouldn't you know it, white is mostly in the middle, if not on the upper end of the spectrum, depending on what strength characteristics you're looking at. Thanks for the slightly stronger filament, Paul. Maybe it'll help my model not completely fall apart when I go to take it off the build plate.
He's loading his filament into an S1 to feed into his Qidi.
All right, here, I'll show the people exactly my setup.
I'll
So
do voiceover.
I can't get the spool holder in there, so I have, this is my spool holder. It'd sure be a bummer if I printed faster than you, huh, Paul?
I have TPU.
Paul?
I have TPU.
So you've already got,
Is that enough? That should be enough.
yeah, for a half-size one?
Yeah.
I guess we'll
He's
find
like, I
out.
gotta do nothing. It's awesome.
Sick.
What type of PLA?
Tangled.
It's
Tangled?
free.
Finally, with all that out of the way, it's time to slice. Paul's going first. He's gonna get 5 minutes to tweak whatever settings he wants to make his super slow filament on his super slow printer as fast as possible. Good?
We're good.
Me?
Yeah, we're good.
help?
What? No, don't want to help.
Okay, bye. You good?
Yep, good. Before I push start on this, number one, I don't want to be a part of this when he's cheating all the time. I don't know any way I could win. I could do vase mode, which is a single layer on the outside, which is the only way or situation that I could actually imagine this actually working, but TPU cannot stain vase mode. It would crumble. I'm doing everything fast. I'm doing the speed faster than it should. I don't even know what to do. I've upped the strength to 3 walls. I am downing the percentage because that's the only chance that I have to do anything. I'm gonna do grid at a 3% to try that out. Quality is gonna be 28 millimeters. There's no reason to do anything else. Other dumb things that I'm trying out. I had all the settings set for any other filament. I know how to beat him. I know how to strategically slice this sucker to get it going. I'm at 4 minutes. I better push slice plate or I'm gonna get penalized. Right now, total time 40 minutes and 44 seconds. It's less than an hour with TPU. I have 15 seconds. I'm going to remote print and get this going. It is sending print. It is at 100%. Let's do this thing. Let's bring that little dirty cheater back in here. I want him to fail. I want him to lose drastically.
So my strategy is simple, right? We're gonna max out the layer height, of course. So we're sticking with 0.28 layer height. Because with 0.4 nozzle, 0.28 is about as much as you can stretch it. Maybe a 0.3 if you're getting crazy. Now it's ASA, so I need to tell this that we're doing ASA. And then just to make sure it's strong enough, I'm gonna need 2 parameters, just to make sure. And I'll just do no infill. We'll do 3 bottom layers and 3 top layers, but 0 infill. What else do I don't really need to do much else, I don't think. I mean, could crank up the speed probably, right? I'm just gonna leave the speed alone. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Lowered the top and bottom shell layers to 2 as well. Nah, I think I want the top to be in 4 and the bottom to be 3 so it's strong enough. How much time we got? 2.5. Okay. 0 infill. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna push print. Upload and print. What's your strategy, Corey?
I'm gonna press slice plate because I think I have to. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna press print.
Well,
on standard 2.millimeter FL Sun PLA.
You did it. Okay, go ahead and push print there.
Well, there we go. Wait.
This thing is so loud. 10 minutes. Your ETA is 10 minutes.
Look at that. It's working, Paul.
It's working. It's not going to work, but it's
What estimated time did it give you?
40 minutes.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
Look at that, Paul. It's working.
It is working, which I'm very surprised on. I'm actually very happy I did the skirt, as dumb as people might think that I am for that.
So what do you think about just believing in yourself?
Not yet. That's not a single layer. What did I do to make that? I gotta go check my slicer and see what I did. I should have looked over that. That was dumb. We'll be all right. 38 minutes. Let's see. Here's rooting that there's some failures by my competitors, and that will help me win somehow.
So I think it's obvious at this point, but Corey's gonna have the fastest print by far. His machine's quoting to be done in 10 minutes. Paul's machine's quoting to be done in 40 minutes, mine's somewhere in the middle. So what does that mean? Is there even a point in continuing right now? Well, luckily for Paul, I've set aside a plan B, just in case we found a player in one of these situations. Think of it as an equalizer to keep everybody in the game as long as possible. But that's a last resort, and we still need to finish the prints and remove them from the build plate, because winning this challenge is based on speed, but you also need to get it off the plate intact. If a model comes off the plate and any of us determine it too mangled, that model's disqualified, that person loses. So there's still hope for poor Paul, don't get sad yet. Even though it'd be way cooler if I won, of course. There she is, cheating away. Disadvantage with ASA is like with the Qidi, it waits until the chamber temperature gets to whatever.
Yeah. So where is that?
I put it over here because I rarely need it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have my doors closed for PLA. So I've given myself a significant disadvantage because it took forever for it to heat up.
Yeah.
I made a huge mistake. When the Qidi's printing a material that calls for a heated chamber, it runs through a whole different level of print preparation. First, the nozzle's heated before cooling down slightly to idle, while the heat bed and the heated chamber heat up. With these machines, I typically leave the lid off so the heat inside the machine doesn't build up too much when I'm printing lower temperature materials like PLA. If I close the door and left the lid on while printing PLA, the filament would soften before the melt zone and cause a clog inside the tool head. So this is the solution that I come up with, and it's fine, but I forgot to put the lid back on my printer before I started this print that did require a heated chamber. That meant this machine ended up spending somewhere between 5 and 15 additional minutes just preheating, not even printing yet. Though it would appear that this is easily offset by the fact that the Qidi doesn't do the typical pre-print calibrations before beginning the print. Oh, that might be an advantage on mine. It doesn't make me do the checks.
Wait.
There's no way to do it from Slicer.
There's no buttons on the Qidi?
Same with that one. No, that one's got some of the buttons. That one doesn't have all of the buttons. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Yeah, when you do the Qidi.
I thought he cheated, and I was gonna penalize him.
I hadn't even thought about it. Yeah, so when you do print, it's just upload or upload and print.
See, mine has a preparation time. Like
Yeah.
he gave me,
Right.
and you have no preparation time.
No, so this one, when you do the Elegoo, it's similar, but it lets you do some of the things.
I hope he cheated, and I hope to find this out, and then pull one of those fingernails off.
I suppose we'll find out. Though the printer is capable of auto bed leveling and vibration compensation, for example, it doesn't do them before each print, nor does it have the option to do them before each print. I think it's about time we check on our prints. First of all, Corey, using the FL Sun and PLA, already finished his print, so let's see if he can get his model off the build plate without incident. Somehow I suspect it's gonna be alright. Alright, Corey. Take your build plate off and bring it over here to cool it, I think.
Oh, is this done?
Of course it's done.
Jeez Louise.
I don't know if you know this, Paul. I'm an expert printer.
Look at that. Man, the overhangs aren't great. That's usually
I see that.
That's usually where this printer struggles, is the overhangs. Alright, pop her off. Yeah, right. Do whatever you want. Make sure it's successful.
Pop her off?
There.
It already popped. Oh, jeez. Slides right off.
Look at that.
Camera's on, Paul. We're going to see you sabotage.
It broke naturally. It
It's so rigid.
in my hands.
Next, I want to move on to Paul's print, but first, I've got to admit something to you guys. We've let you down. So I forgot to stop the timer. It's supposed to be at 35, but I stopped it at 37. So 35-ish is what I got.
So we're recording where my dog is, my little Nacho is. Mind you, I was the first one to start, and everyone else's is completed right now. Let's see. That's where I'm at.
Paul, you're almost done.
Awesome.
What's the, 12 more minutes. 12 more minutes or one Corey print.
Just one Corey print until I'm finished.
Yeah, Corey, just print another one. With Paul's print finishing and mine done at some point a bit ago, it's coming up on the time to remove the models from the build plate. Now, in the past, I've had issues removing ASA and similar materials from standard build plates. Specifically on the Qidi, I've had this issue, so this could actually be a huge concern with me. I kept a few wall loops instead of leaving it to a single perimeter, but would that be strong enough? Me destroying my model right at the end would be one of Paul's final opportunities to win, so there's actually a bit riding on this.
Look how small mine looks. It says it only took 37 minutes. We know that's a lie, but that's what it says. Big sticky bubble gum of something.
Not bad.
Not bad. Oh, did you see that? That was cheating, right? He touched it. He touched my print.
I can touch it as much as I want. What if I just rip it apart?
I'm gonna flick his.
How do you feel about that?
I feel hurt that he's cheating like this
I'm
openly.
helping you. Helping you out.
He pulled on that head. You saw that, right, Corey?
This one, not as confident, but to even them out.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank
there
you.
you go. How about that?
Oh, you left on skirt?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Didn't care. Cool. Cool. Oh, I was really hoping he would just try to pull it and it would just break. That's the goal. Come on. Pull. Break.
I'm going to let you use the Panda Edge as well, but
I know.
the most shallow angle. Do not do that. This thing hooks.
Oh, okay.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'm not going to worry about the skirt. We'll just get the print off of there. Nice and easy. We're not going to get the bottom all messed up. Now, I don't have a lot of bottom layers, so...
I know you don't. That's what I was banking on, those no bottom layers.
Nice and easy.
Come on.
Gentle.
Come on, ASA. Work for me here. Work for me, not against me.
Gentle. Now you got me all nervous, Paul.
I really thought you were going to pull it and it was going to shatter. So
I think a piece of it is stuck. That's not DQ, though.
Well, I mean, I think we should talk to the judges.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we did decide that, right?
That is true.
Okay.
Judges, what do you think? Is that a disqualification?
I think there's only one answer to this, Corey. Absolutely.
That looks good enough.
It's still a sealed model. I'm glad I did at least that many.
Yeah, because you definitely took your time. I was hoping you'd just try to pop, pull, and away we go.
Luckily, this minor defect wasn't enough to rule my model as a disqualification, but that was actually pretty close to being a problem there. We determined the judgment for this situation would be something we would all weigh in on, and luckily, Corey determined that I'm safe. So let's see if Paul gets his off the plate before we figure out if he can redeem himself by successfully completing a separate challenge.
Is yours coming off already?
What? No. It's
I was gonna say, that's pretty good.
No, yeah.
You might be able to just flex it off.
Yeah.
It's plated.
No, that won't hurt the plate.
If I am cutting this plate, can you not have video of it?
Ah!
Yeah,
So,
yours
just kidding.
isn't gonna do this, at least.
Yeah.
Yours will all stick together, no doubt. There you go. Yeah.
It's
See?
magnet, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys mentioned it.
One of the features.
Yeah. Best screen. I like that a lot. I've seen them on quite a few videos.
Hey.
Suck that, Adam. Suck that. Clean. Check that plate. Check that plate. That clean plate. Clean plate. No residue, no nothing.
That out of there.
Clean plate.
Good.
He had some piercings. He
have the
did.
gauges
Yeah, he did some
stretched?
gauges, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a family now," and so he had to let them heal. They did not heal well. Okay, they got all in and squashed up. And here's my little hippie bubblegum nacho.
Paul, can you give me the little tiny Spyro that's on top of the guitar neck? Nope, left. I'm pointing at it. Yep. See that little tiny, that guy.
I didn't see him.
Oh, careful. It's heavy. Set him on the stool over here. So you only have one hand digging through the purge waste bin.
Only one hand?
If you do the challenge, you find Spyro with one hand, and you can replace your opponent's filament with TPU, and then I go back through and do the stuff on my printer.
So you more or less you'd be in the same situation I was in with a different printer.
Or you can have me use an Ender 3 V2 with PETG high speed.
I'm definitely gonna put the Ender.
The Ender one with fast filament.
Yes.
So there you have it. The video isn't quite over yet, and Paul still has a chance to win this and reset the challenge in his favor.
It's fucking. It's in there. I swear.
3, 2, 1, one-handed, go. There's a Spyro.
Right.
I feel like you're gonna find it immediately. All he has to do is find this tiny Spyro inside this giant box of purge waste, inside of 60 seconds, with one arm behind his back. But if he manages to do that, he will doom me to use this machine to reprint my entry into the competition. Now just for reference, Orca Slicer estimates that it'll take this model over an hour to print, using generic PETG and slicer settings. Now I might be able to bring that down a bit, but I'm definitely not confident in my abilities to use this old dinosaur of a printer anymore. So at this point, I'm just hoping Paul doesn't find Spyro.
20 seconds ago.
Oh man.
No way, dude.
No. Did you?
17.
No, I didn't hide it anywhere. You watched me mix it up.
I'm just saying. I'm thinking that happened naturally.
All right, two hands, two hands,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hands out.
Did you find it?
If I did you guys see it at all?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I wish you wouldn't have done all of
The
that.
flaps were already up. There's clearly filament under it.
Barely. I wonder where that is. I kind of do want to find it. I'm surprised it was so difficult to find.
As we are still searching,
Yeah.
many minutes into this, with more than one hand.
Hello, Spyro.
There it is.
And there we have it. Spyro was returned to the wall after painstakingly searching. Paul unfortunately didn't find it, and as a result, he's this video's loser.
I got screwed. I don't want to say anything, but whoever's stuck with an Anycubic Kobra Max 3 and TPU is always going to lose.
You had potential to win.
I couldn't find the dang little Spyro.
Couldn't find Spyro. Thanks for watching this episode of You Like That.
You like that?
Check the links in the description if you want to see some of the printers or filament that we used. Like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what challenges you want to see, as well as what stakes we should offer to the winner or loser of these challenges.
You like that?
I don't like that at all. Did you think we were going to forget the special phrase? The special phrase is, I would like that, please.